out as I come through. Busting in your line, cracking helmets in. I bring the pain, so what you gon' do? Stand there and just get shook out ya. So clean out your locker, I'm out to get ya. Cause I just popped ya. You can't take the pressure. You might as well quit cause you just can't last. Madden 2000, put your face in the grass.
Austin Safari and Jenkins, the first touchdown of Jameis Winston's career.
And your pride in the dirt, so put on a skirt. If you come on the field and don't wanna get hurt, just bruise and beaten, all black and blue. And it's been like that since Madden 92.
Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, one half a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us.
Hell yeah.
They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second.
Welcome back to the show, everybody, at Buccaneer Blake Sports with your host, Mr. Buccaneer Blake. And it's funny, I had to do a couple takes over because it's been a while with this off season being dry and everything. Actually, it felt like being rusty again, like starting over from scratch, getting back in the repetition of writing materials down and taking notes. I scrolled through some photos earlier, me taking little photo shoots of me going through my sports homework, going through my notes and stuff to make sure I'm delivering the right material to you guys and make sure it's as accurate as I could possibly get. But let me get to a couple things. I've been using a camcorder to record this. I probably should have, try to use more things more often to see how quality it is. I'm using my Note 5 to record the show now. I'll probably use it more often. So, if distortion in the voice and everything is a problem, please let me know. I'm always trying to get better as each goes on. I'm not perfect. I try to get better at it as things go. Mr. Daniel Falls hooked me up with this little package with it, the stand and the mic and everything for the phone. It gets pretty sophisticated with these recording devices these days, and the quality of the camera as things changed. So let's go on with the show. You know me, I'll ramble on. I want to try to keep you guys involved as possible without losing your attention. Let's start with Winston losing 18 pounds. I think I told this just before. It was one morning, I think like 5 or 6 in the morning. Cutter comes in the office, looks out the back window of the facility. Guess what he sees out there? Jameis Winston running with weights and a parachute. Loses 18 pounds. He's trying to avoid the sophomore slump because this team can't afford to not make playoffs anymore. We keep having changes, and you know how I feel about changes with the team all the time. It messes up continuity with everything, but sometimes changes is needed. I was upset about the Lovey thing. I'm past that. Let's move on to see how things work. Lovey has a job in Chicago, Illinois. Fine alumni offered Derek Brooks' son the first scholarship of his job there. Not sure if he took it. We'll see. Anyways, so Winston's doing all this to avoid the sophomore slump. Working really hard. Glennon even says making him a better quarterback. They're both working on each other. Winston's a more vocal leader versus Glennon is not really a vocal leader like that. And I think the two are working off really well, and Glennon really likes being here. I know he says to say the right things, but I honestly believe the guy, and I appreciate the work that he's helping out, because a lot of good QBs that think they should be the franchise QB or the starter won't help out the guy, much like Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, Joe Montana and Steve Young, guys that will probably never like each other. Hopefully down the line the two will separate, work out their differences. But as long as he's working every day to get better and he don't get lazy over the off season, make movies and all that stuff, he should be fine. What do you know about the defensive tackle that we picked up from Seattle? That Seattle cut. His name is A.J. Francis. He is a defensive tackle out of Maryland, 330 pounds. D-tackle, probably play like nose, run stuff and ability for this roster. Hopefully he can get some pass rush too. But run stopping is just important. Having rotational guys in the team works out. Having depth, especially at D-tackle position, is a spot that's going to be Oh, excuse me. Shouldn't be doing that while I'm recording. D tackle is a spot that that can be open and can be a spot that somebody could jump on and make an immediate impact. So we'll see what happens. I'm all for it. Let me tell you about him. AJ Francis, graduate from Maryland. He was a bouncer in college. He's probably the biggest guy, 330-pound guy, 6'5", so he probably didn't have really any issues. I think he said the most issues he had was, helping people that were over intoxicated. He would just carry them out because they're like children to him. He had an internship in journalism and politics because he's trying to get more on TV and talk about issues in the world and the government system. He hopefully wants to run for mayor of his hometown and possibly governor and senator. He's got big ambitions. Spent time as an Uber driver in South Florida. I think he said his biggest fare was $45 or $54. I think it was $45, his biggest fare, driving people around. Went back to school and got his master's degree, and he just didn't want to sit around and not earn any money. He wanted to earn some extra money. Just sitting around the off season or sitting around out on a team, you're not making any money, so you're sitting around, spending money. Now, if he makes the roster, he'll make $600,000. And I'm glad this guy knows the value of $1. He wants to keep making money and not going out spending cars and shoes and just basic necessities. I'm not sure about all his life issues, if he has kids or a family that's sick or things like that. It just seems like, I don't know, these stories you don't really hear too much about. Much guys like Alfred Morris, he hasn't bought a brand new car. He still drives the beater car that he has because he knows he hasn't got a big contract, and the money he get can be, could stop at any time, or an injury or anything like that. And just hold on to what you have and take the best and take advantage of the opportunities given to you, and enjoy life a little bit. It's not all about the high life. Everybody lives this imaginary life that you see on TV and the stuff that happens. Oh, I'm speaking of life issues. I just want to say that's sad that what you heard in Orlando. Those of your friends on my Facebook, I said things about that issues. I've had family and I have friends out in Orlando. None of them were injured. I know of a co-worker lost her niece in that, and that's really sad to hear. As most of you guys know me, I've worked in clubs before, and that could have happened to me at any time. And places I've hung out, I've been in some issues, not as drastic as that, but some issues like that before. That that's unavoidable. I can speak from experience that it's unavoidable. I wouldn't say it was like a terrorist act, but it was a group of individuals that led up to a disagreement, and it caused shots being fired and stuff like that. People dropping to the floor, panic, and I guess I dealt with such a lot of things that I don't have really emotions to some things versus some people. I don't know. They say that's an Aquarius thing. I don't know. It's just strange sometimes, because when people feel raw emotion, I don't feel it the same way as they do, and I feel awkward that I'm trying to feel the emotions that they're feeling, and I'm having problems doing it. That doesn't mean I don't care. It's just that's how I deal with it. I guess the way I process it is different. I don't know. It's just me. I'm sure I'm not the only one that deals with those type of things. But yeah, he was just a guy that wanted to earn extra money in the off season, not sit around, spend money and waste time and blah blah blah. That's the kind of guy he is. He's got good work ethic. I wish the best for him. I hope he sees this video, likes me. I would love to do a video interview with him. Like I said, I'm trying to get better at all this stuff. Use a video recording and then broadcast it to you guys. I don't like to be like most YouTube video people that just go straight into it with the videos. I like to give you guys an intro. I like to do all that stuff. It's just something, I don't know. I guess it just means more when you like Saturday morning cartoons, like we used to hear, oh God, I'm gonna show my age, like Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. When the sound would come on, or you would hear it distinct, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's my show. That's the guy I listen to. It's just a distinction that you would hear. And that's just me, I guess. I guess it's my own flavor of throwing things on my show or on my things, on the stuff I want to do. So let's move on. I said Vernon Hargraves. What can I say about the kid? But they say he's too short. He's too damn short, like you, Russell Wilson. Too damn short. He can't get over big receivers. If you check out this photo here, and you can clearly see that he's playing above being too short. It's about what's inside the chest, not always at your height level. I've seen guys 6'4", 6'5", they have no heart, they don't have that it factor. If you played sports before, you know what the it factor is. You have an eye test. Lawrence, I'm going to steal your quote. There's the eye test, and then there's the physical test, the it factor. You can look like an athlete, but you don't have the it factor. You're just a body, or you're just a dude that's very athletic that doesn't have the it factor. There's tons of those. Vernon Hargraves is expiring. He's the guy that we drafted. He's playing two positions. He's playing nickel, and he's playing outside corner. And excelling at both, taking advantage of the opportunities given to him. We're not forcing him in there. We're not trying to push too much on his plate. We're letting things run its course, and I'm happy to hear that. Much like we threw everything on Jameis Winston, like a lot of times that happens here in Tampa Bay, we try to force things on people because we want change so bad. We always demand change here when things don't work out. As much as things change, they stay the same. And that's why I say head coaches and quarterbacks. Hopefully this will work out. We can keep them for 3-4 years. Lavonte David, Quan Alexander said things I've been saying. 5 years, 3 different coaches. I'm not going to get back into that, but that's what I mean. You got to keep things flowing in the right way. You can't basically go off of all emotion, off of losing seasons and stuff like that. You got to look at the manner of it. And I'm over my emotion part of it. I understand where people are coming from with Lovie Smith. I like the guy personally. I thought there was some things that probably could have been done differently by him. That probably could have helped us win more games. But it is what it is. We got our offensive coordinator as our head coach now. We got a lot of better position coaches now. We're a lot more experienced and seasoned with our coaches, and we're working on things to make a culture here in Tampa Bay. So let's see how it works out. But Hargraves is playing big. Like I said, I'll show you that photo. Him in Florida making plays on bigger receivers. I think the kid's got what he needs. I think he can go on and learn a whole bunch of things from veterans like Vernon, Brent Grimes, and players like that. And I think it'll work out in the end. Just let things run its course. Don't holler for the guys to come in when things don't go right. Sometimes it's matchups against stuff. Sometimes it's the game plan that we're running. It's not exactly always the player just getting beat or whatever it is. Sometimes it is that you get beat. Sometimes these guys are athletes, and just don't force things when you don't need to force them. Let it run its course. He's been playing nickel and outside corner. I said been working mostly with the twos and excelling. So let's go in with Brian Smith is another guy from North Carolina Central. North Carolina Central is much like Appalachian State, a school that's been winning a lot of championships and flies under the radar a lot because it's a smaller school. But I'm looking forward to seeing how he pans out. He's got really fast 40 time. He's a very fast kid. Hopefully he can stay healthy and make plays for this team. Vernon is pretty much, I think, almost locked up a starting role again. I think he's been really excelling in this new defense, been hitting the books hard, been in coach's ear, learning what he can and can't do in this scheme, trying to get better every day. That's all you can ask from a veteran player. You can ask from a rookie player. Try to get better every day you're out there, and just keep moving forward. And the best part was he handled it like a class act, which I expected anyway. Arthur Verner's IQ is pretty high. He's a very smart guy. He got pushed to special teams. He didn't complain. He made the best of it. He tried to make all the plays he could on special teams. Much he got put at nickel a lot last year. Didn't complain. Played nickel pretty decent, except, sometimes in matchups you get beat. You get beat. It's part of the game. It's just, are you getting beat more than you're making plays, or you're just not going unnoticed because your guy's not getting the ball? Whatever it is, it's just you got to make more plays than your plays giving up on you. And hopefully it turns around because we paid him a lot of money. We brought him here as a guy who I like to see it work out. I just don't like casting out people and just keep reloading, because we've been doing that too long. It's time to keep guys here, teach the new guys, not reload, but re-up and keep our same guys and keep moving when our other guys move on, or they want to go to another team, they move to another team, and the young guys come up, step right in, plug them in, and we keep doing that instead of just getting new guys, getting new coaches, getting new schemes over and over and over and over. You don't win like that in this league, and hopefully this is the way it's going. I know you guys are waiting for other stuff. There's more stuff going on in the offseason. I'm gonna get to it in a minute. Vernon, Mike Evans, and Jameis Winston have been working really, really hard. I'm trying to get some of this video tagged in from camps, from them throwing a bunch of deep balls, making plays on corners, and guys looking like they're going to be really in sync, because they looked out of sync last year. Mike was out week 1 against Mariota, and they didn't look in sync a lot, especially with deep passes. Balls were behind or off target a little bit. Luke McCown was pretty good at throwing deep balls to big receivers because he was used to throwing it to him. Winston had Kelvin Benjamin he was used to throwing to, but Winston is a quarterback that likes percentage ratings versus jump balls, and he's going to learn it over time where to put these balls at and where his receivers got his chance to get to. Mike has one of the longest wingspans, wingspan meaning reaches, out of receivers that came out of his draft class with Odell Beckham and who's the one? Kelvin Benjamin. He had a longer reach. As you can see when he stretches out, he's a basketball player. He didn't really play too much football before he got to Texas A&M. So it's been working out. There's a guy I should have mentioned a long time ago. He's a quarterback at Florida for the Florida Gators, and he's been playing tight end with us. He's been busting his hump all off season, even before minicamp. His name is Tevin Westbrook. He's from Florida. Guys who are Gator fans or anybody, you might have heard him before. Tevin Westbrook's been playing tight end for us. Our tight end position has been very interesting. I know a lot of people ain't paying much attention to it, but we have a lot of talent there, and hopefully we can make the best of it. Lining these guys up in blocking formations, coming out of the backfield, the tight end position, H-back position, and making plays. Hopefully it'll work out with Austin Safarian Jenkins, the Stealing Kellerman Brate, Luke Stocker, and my man Dan Vitale. Dan Vitale is actually labeled as the tight end instead of a fullback, because most tight ends play fullback now. The fullback position is pretty much extinct now. It's you kind of play a dual role, and Dan Vitale, you're not going to see him wearing a 40 number. Of course, he wore 40 at Northwestern. He's wearing, I think, 81 or something like that. Don't quote me on that. He's wearing an 80s number. And you can do dual roles in this, and Vitale's a real good blocker. Luke Stocker's a good blocker, and we'll see a lot of that in there. And also Safarian Jenkins. We'll see a lot of these guys all playing dual roles around here, and hopefully they can make an impact on this team, because Lord knows we need it. And let's go, before I get to the last thing, Austin Safarian Jenkins. Yeah, I'm going to take a pause on this one. Austin Safarian Jenkins, if you're watching this video, I'm not going to bash you. I'm not going to talk about your mom. I'm not going to do none of that silly stuff like I'm going to post here, that what people were talking about, saying to you, and just going to show you respect. As I understand, emotions happen. I played sports, Austin. I played football. I never played in the NFL before. But one thing I always did, there was two things I always made sure I did. One thing, I made sure to pay attention to my position and everybody else's, both on both sides of the ball. Why? Not because I thought I could play every position, but for some odd reason, when something went wrong, I would know what to do. And I was asked to always play other positions, because the other second thing about that was, if you know how to play multiple positions, from paying attention, not saying you're going to play anywhere else but tight end. The point is that paying attention, you might be put in a situation where you paid more attention and you're ready for the situation at hand, that you can make play. You could help the team out immediately by you paying attention and your contributions in practice and everything. And from what I understand, you were kicked out of practice for not knowing what was going on or bullshitting. I'm not sure which was which, but I know you're young. I know emotions fly high. You got a couple personal fouls last year because your emotions ride high. Just relax, man. I know everything's coming up high, 100 miles an hour. You were injured. You want to play really bad. I'm not calling you a punk. I'm not calling you a coward. I'm not calling you any of that because of injuries. I know how injuries are. You can't play you can't play at 100% when you're injured. You can't do the things you want to do when you're hurt. And I know fans are going to get on you because that's just what they do. Social media has made it available for keyboard thugs and negativity. We already have enough negativity in this world. For more negativity to come out because they can just sit there and use their thumbs to say whatever you want. And you can't let people get under your skin. You just gotta let it roll with the punches. I'm gonna put it to you like this: Gerald McCoy has taken flack for helping people. The stuff I have read is just astronomical. Between Laquan Treadwell wearing a Raiders hat and Kaepernick wearing a Dolphins hat because it matches their outfit. The stuff that people say is just so stupid. It doesn't even matter. But they just act like I don't even know. It's just you've learned. You're actually getting to learn the thought process of people. It's open now. And common sense ain't too common. But because you were injured, you only played 8 games out of 2 years or whatever it is, or half or whatever it was. Due to injury, it's just you're gonna take heat, and then you can't be firing back at people on Facebook talking about their moms and you banging their mom and all that type of craziness. You're above that level. You're not in high school and college anymore. If you want to learn from somebody that went through mixed emotions about stuff, ask Jameis Winston. He'll tell you. Getting up on the table and saying that stuff. And I know you can get over it. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not here to bash you and talk bad about you. I know you can get through this. I know what kind of player you are. You can make plays. I don't want to see you have to sit the bench to Cameron Brate and other players, even though Cameron Brate and other guys are doing their thing and they're taking advantage of opportunities given to them, saying you do the same. And that's on and off the field. Don't let those things, let them fall by the wayside. Use it as motivation. It's like those angry tweets. Just let it roll, man, and keep moving. I'll be supporting you, and I wrote you on Twitter at Buccaneer Blake. You can write me back. We can talk or whatever you want to do. I'm just saying I'm here to support you. I'm not here to bash you. We can get through this thing and move forward. Because I really want to see you play. I'm glad we spent a second-round pick on you. I want to see this team win. I want to see you a part of it. I don't want to see you cut. I've already seen reports talking about get rid of you. I don't want to see that happen. I don't. I mean that. I don't want to see it happen. And last but not least, my man Afro Thunder, the light-skinned Messiah, Kenny Bell is back and doing his things as if he never missed. Welcome back, Kenny. Keep balling. Work that slot position. And, beef up this wide receiver core. Same with you, Adam Humphries, Russell Shepard, Vincent Jackson. I've been on here long enough. I think it's 22 minutes now. And I went through just about everything I need to let go. And to all my people who watch me, thank you. I'm glad to be back. I'm going to do a little nerdy stuff and put some new stuff up, get a new video and intro and all that. Appreciate you guys supporting me. I appreciate you Buccaneers and everybody else doing your thing. And I'll end this as I always end this. You're the master of everything you do with your life. What you do with it is entirely up to you. Thank you guys. Keep your head up. Stay safe out there, everybody. Because tomorrow isn't guaranteed. The present is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Enjoy the people in your life now and not when they're dead. Because once at that point, nothing you say anymore makes a difference because they won't know that you said it. Or the things you could have did. I'm one of those people that been through that several times. Y'all be safe out there.